Hi, this is Elder Valerie, and I am here with your financial tip for today. Here's a question. How many bank accounts do you have? What account do you use to pay all of your bills and expenses from? Do you pay your bills online? Do you have your payroll check deposited into that same account? Is your debit card connected also to that same account? Well, I'm here to ask you to think about that for a minute because obviously I'm trying to tie this to your budgeting process. How do you know that you have enough money left to pay your bills if all of your money is coming out of the same account? Now, I used to teach what we call the envelope system. You remember, I used to teach that on each payday, you would take whatever cash that you had identified as your spending money, whether it was gas money, whether it was clothes shopping money, put it in an envelope. And then when the envelope was empty, you knew you were broke, didn't have any more money to spend, because I always would tell you, don't go back to your account and pull more money out, because what you had put in the envelope is what you had identified as the most that you could spend until the next payday. Well, society has changed. We don't use cash anymore, so the envelope system may not even work for you. What do we use now? That debit card. It's been the downfall of so many of us. People laugh at me because I still carry a paper checkbook account. Yep. Every time I make a withdrawal out of my account, I'm writing it in a checkbook. But I know you guys are too much more far advanced than I am. But what I caution you when you use that debit card is what I'm sure most of you already know. You don't track how much you're spending. You just debit, buy, credit, and then you get to the end of the month and you look at your account and it's way below where you thought it was. You had no idea that $10 here and $5 here and $20 here would add up to be so much in a 30-day period. So here is what I suggest if you use a debit card. And by all means, I think it's great to use a debit card. But you gotta track those expenses in some manner to ensure that you don't go outside of your budgetary guidelines. So what I recommend is you have a separate bank account that's tied to that debit card. It works very similar to the cash envelope system. On payday, you have your paycheck deposited into what I would call your household account. That's the account where you would put all of your money so that you can ensure that you're able to pay your car note and your mortgage and your rent and utilities. But every payday, take a small portion and put in what I'm going to call your debit card account. That's the account that you use when you're going to go to the movies, when you're going to buy a pair of shoes, when you're going to do all those things that we don't typically keep account of. But we know we only have a finite amount that we can spend. If you will separate these two accounts, you'll find that you won't overspend. You'll find that you won't spend that mortgage or rent money. You won't spend that car allowance because guess what? When your debit account is empty, that card is going to come back decline. But what do you care? That's your safety net that you've put in place to ensure that you're meeting the goals that you have established, not only for today and the next pay period, but for your future. So the tip for the day, open up at least 2 different accounts. One is your household bill paying account, and one is the account that's attached to your debit card. I guarantee you'll be glad you did. This is Elder Valerie, and that was your financial tip for today.